Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Teacher Luke of Pinay IELTS Teacher. Today it's all about your writing task 2 or your essay writing. So regardless if you're taking the general training test or the academic test, task 2 is all about your essay. So as you know, it is recommended that you finish it within 40 minutes. You need to write a minimum number of 250 words. There is no limit as to how many words you want to write, but please don't go more than 300 words because that will be very lengthy and time consuming. Now, it is important to know that your essay is 2/3 of your overall writing band score, and then your letter for the general training and your summary for the graphs in academic is only 1/3 of your score, which means to say that you need to spend more time doing the essay. You need to put in more effort to make your band score higher in your essay writing because the score is contributes a bigger chunk of your overall band score for the writing test. Now, a couple of things that we have to remember. You already know this. Don't exceed too much, but we need you to go a little bit higher from the minimum number of words, just because a lot of students make a mistake of copying the question from the task card and making that as the introduction for their essay. Now, what happens is that your IELTS test would probably take that off from your total number of words. And the danger is that you'll go way below the number of words, and that will be a markdown on your task achievement. So we want to exceed a little bit just to have that insulation, just in case that thing happens. Now, you want to use transition words to make your ideas cohesive. You want to use relevant vocabulary, not just any vocabulary, but ones that will support your idea for the given topic. Okay. Now, to show grammar range, we need to show varying tenses of verbs, your past tense, present tense, future tenses, and also a variation in your sentence structure, from simple, complex, and compound. Now, if you don't know these things, I highly suggest you research on them. You really need to have that on the dot. You have to nail it down to have a high score in your writing, or you might want to watch my earlier videos that talks about these more. Okay? So how do we now write your essay? Some of the people don't even know what is the approach in writing their essay. So what happens is that they read the question and they begin writing and they don't know where to go. They don't know the direction of where they're heading with their writing. And what happens is you get stuck in your idea. You might find yourself rattling with the time. Time is up and you are nowhere to be found. You're not even halfway to writing your essay. So we don't want that to happen. What we want is for you to have a guide so that you will be focused on what you're writing for your essay. Now, this is the general essay structure guide. And a lot of the videos you might find on YouTube, as well as books and these tutorials and self-help, would basically give you the same outline, the same structure. So you have your introduction, your main body paragraph 1, your main body paragraph 2, and your conclusion. So as simple as that, guys. All right? But introduction has 2 sentences. So only 2 sentences. The first sentence is about paraphrasing the question. Remember, you're given a task, right? It's a form of a question, the topic to which you're going to write your essay. And that now serves a basis of your first sentence in the introduction. All right? And you have to paraphrase it. A lot of the test takers would just copy word per word. And again, the danger with that is they're going to take it off from your total number of words. And so now you fall short from your task achievement. And so we don't want to happen. We don't want that to happen. Second sentence is where you state your purpose and you present your 2 main ideas. Now, what is the purpose? The purpose is stating what you want to achieve with the essay. So for example, this essay is going to discuss about blah, blah, blah. This essay aims to compare this view and this view. This essay aims to look for a solution for this problem. So it's just giving a general purpose as to why you're writing the essay based on the question given. And that will be your sentence 2 from your introduction. And you have to present your 2 main ideas. What do we mean by that? When we say present your 2 main ideas, you're actually already talking about main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2, but very, very short and very, very briefly. Okay, what does that do? Of course, if you want to present an introduction, you're presenting, this is the question, this is what I'm about to do, that's your purpose, and these are the two reasons why. You want to give them an overview of what you're going to say as a content to your essay. And that's the reason why for sentence 2, it's always stating your purpose plus presenting your two main ideas. Now, what are your two main ideas? You would be dividing that. First main idea is main body paragraph 1. Second main idea is body paragraph 2. Now, each of these paragraphs have a structure inside them as well. You would notice that there are 3 sentences for each main body paragraph. For the first sentence, you always talk about the main idea. Okay, what's the general idea? Idea 1 and idea 2. Okay, and then on the second sentence, you would always support that main idea. So we call that the supporting idea. And the third sentence is an example. Why do we want this type of model? Okay, what it simply shows is, here's my idea. This is the second sentence is elaborating that main idea, so it's giving a support. And the third sentence is going beyond just supporting it. It's even actually giving an example. So it's a foolproof, holistic approach to presenting an idea. The main idea, supporting idea, and the example. We want to do that on your first idea, and we also want to do that on your second idea, which now represents your second paragraph. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now, for your conclusion, it's actually very easy. The conclusion, if you notice, is a lot like your introduction. The only difference is you changed their position. For the conclusion, you always start with the summary. So if you notice in your introduction, you start with the paraphrase and then you go to presenting the two main ideas. For the conclusion, you summarize the two main ideas. That's your first sentence. And then for your second sentence, you close it off with going back to the original question. Now, with this said, no matter what type of essay we throw into you or the exam throws into you, you now have a guide of what to write. And because of this structure, now you have a direction of what you're going to brainstorm once you create your outline. Just like in your in your letter writing for the general training test, you need to allot a few minutes of your time to create your outline. Why do we want to do that? People think it's time consuming when in fact it's time saving. If you neglect creating an outline and go straight ahead to writing your letter, what happens is that you don't have a structure. You miss out on brilliant ideas that you should be writing on your essay. You just freely write what you want, and what happens is you miss out on all the important elements of structuring your essay so that you get a good band score, so that you're actually targeting your scoring rubric. Okay? And what happens is sometimes you get stuck with an idea, you no longer know how to continue it, how to combine it with another idea. And so that takes a lot of your time. You end up being mental blocked, and eventually you realize time's up and haven't done anything yet. So the outline is the key, you guys. Again, creating an outline, giving it at least 5 to 7 minutes of your time at the very beginning does 50% of the job. Now you have a guide, and all you have to do is write the content of your essay based on that guide. All you have to do is elaborate and put the words in, and check the structure, and check the grammar tenses, and check, the transition. All right, so the outline allows you to make a better essay. All right, let's go to type of essays. There are a ton, you guys. There are different kinds of essays. You only have to write one essay on the IELTS test, but you'll never really know what type of essay you will be encountering. So it's best that you just have an overview, or at least an idea what these types of essays are. So these are the common types of essays. There might be some that I missed out on this one, but these are the most common things that you would see on the examples or in the test date. So you have the advantages and disadvantages. You have the advantages and disadvantages plus opinion. You have problem and solution, cause and effect, agree or disagree, or what is your opinion. You have the discussion or discuss both views and give your opinion. And you have the two-part question. Now, you don't really have to memorize these types of questions because, again, knowing the structure of your outline already gives the direction no matter what type of essay. All right, but let's just quickly familiarize ourselves so that we know, how to attack these types of questions once we begin writing. So first is your advantages and disadvantages. Another words that you might encounter in the test would be benefits and drawbacks or positive and negative effects. So you might hear questions like, what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks of this and that? What do you think is the positive and the negative effect of this and that? So it's just all the same, guys. So it's just the same as saying what are the advantages and disadvantages. So as an example, English has become the most common language used to communicate worldwide. What are the benefits of using English as a global language? What are the drawbacks of using only one language for all? So as you can see, it used the words benefits and drawbacks, which is the same as saying what are the advantages and disadvantages. All right. So knowing that this is the structure of your essay, you have your introduction, main body paragraph 1, main body paragraph 2, and conclusion. How do you then create the outline for this type of essay? All right, I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. What do you think are the two things or the two main ideas that this type of essay is asking you? If you guess it right, it's actually the first idea is asking you to talk about the benefits, and the second idea is asking you to talk about the drawbacks. So easy, right? Now you know what paragraph 1 would look like and what paragraph 2 would look like. So in fact, your outline will look like this. Your introduction, your advantages for main idea 1, your disadvantages for main idea 2, and your conclusion. All right, so now you're getting a little bit of a grasp how we do the outlining. And this is why I told you earlier that no matter what type of essay questions you encounter on the test date, if you have a strong grasp of your essay structure, you are able to blend that out. Okay, next is disadvantages and disadvantages plus opinion. Example is, many people work long hours, leaving very little time for leisure activities. Does this situation have more advantages or more disadvantages? So clearly, it's an advantage and disadvantage type of essay, but the difference is it's now asking your opinion if what weighs more. Is it more disadvantages than more of an advantage? So that's asking you to weigh. It's now asking you to give your opinion, not just present the advantage and disadvantage. But the outline remains the same, guys. It's still introduction, advantage, and disadvantage. However, in the way you present your introduction, you already mentioned that the advantage weighs more than the disadvantage or the other way around. So the way you present it is not, this essay will talk about advantages or disadvantage. You will no longer just say it as plainly as that on your introduction. Now you will say, this essay believes that there are more advantages than the disadvantages because of blah, blah, blah. And then you go to main idea advantages, main idea disadvantages. And then that opinion will be repeated in your conclusion. You again reinstate that statement, and that because of this and this, then that's why you think this is more advantageous than it's disadvantageous. All right, so that's the only difference. Now let's go to the third type, problem and solution. Example, in many countries, there have been increasing number of obesity among children. Analyze the probable reasons for this and present possible solutions to address the issues. So it says, what are the reasons and what are the solutions? So it's the same as saying, what is the problem or what are the problems? What are the solutions? So guys, no matter what kind of vocabulary they use, you have to have a general understanding of what the essay is asking you to do. So the fact that it's saying, what do you think are the reasons for this problem, or what are the solutions, you already know that it's a problem and solution type of essay. So knowing that the structure is always introduction, main body paragraph 1, main body paragraph 2, and conclusion, what do you think would be main body paragraph 1 and what do you think would be main body paragraph 2? Okay, if you guess it right, it's actually simple. Main body paragraph 1 would talk about the reasons or the problem, and main body paragraph 2 would focus on the solution. That easy. All right, as you see here, introduction, problem, solution, and conclusion. All right, moving forward, what's the next type of essay? We have the cause and effect. Right? So despite several campaigns done to promote care for our water resources, some people throw their garbages in oceans and seas. What are the causes for this action? What are the long-term effects to our waters? So if you notice, it's not asking for a problem and solution. It's not asking for any suggestions you might have to fix a problem. It's just asking you, what do you think is causing this certain scenario or circumstance? And what do you think would be the long-term effects if this goes unfixed? Something like that. So it is cause and effect. And you would see it plainly on the essay question. What are the causes? What are the long-term effects? So now that you know this, and based on your essay structure, what do you think is main idea 1 and main idea 2? All right? You already know this by now. It's pretty easy. Main idea 1 would be about the causes for the scenario that you're talking about. And what are the effects? So see guys, it's so easy to classify it. Now you know the flow of what you're going to follow for the essay. So it's like this, guys. You begin with the introduction. And then for paragraph 2, it's all about the cause. What are the causes you can think of? The second paragraph, or the main body paragraph 2, it's all about the effects. And then your conclusion. Okay? So far, they're all consistent. That no matter what type of essay questions, they follow a general outline. All right, let's go to agree or disagree. Now, agree or disagree is a special type of essay question. Why do I say that? You will know in a while. Agree or disagree is the same as the opinion question. So you might encounter on the IELTS test that instead of saying do you agree or disagree, it would ask you what is your opinion on this matter. Okay, then it's asking your opinion because it wants you to state whether you believe in it or not, you agree with it or not. Okay, so say for example, this essay question, in the future, more people will choose to go on holiday in their own country and not travel abroad on holiday. Do you agree or disagree? Well, it's very plain that you know it's an agree or disagree because the words are there. And so now, how do you present your essay outline? Because it's not actually asking you for problem and solution, advantage or disadvantages, wherein you can classify that on your outline. So this is how it will look like. In your introduction, you should already discuss if you agree or disagree. Remember when you're stating your purpose, right? If you're going to write your essay, remember, in your introduction, you have to paraphrase the question first, and in your second sentence, you already state your purpose. The purpose in your agree or disagree essay is always stating already whether you agree or disagree. That's why I'm telling it's a special type of essay. So right off the bat in the introduction, you already have to state your opinion. So for example, this essay agrees with this statement because... All right, or this essay strongly disagrees with this question, or this essay completely agrees with this statement because, all right? And remember, when you're presenting your two main ideas are actually your two reasons why you agree or why you disagree. So say, for example, you look at the essay question and you read the question given to you. Now you have to brainstorm. Am I going to agree with this? If I'm going to agree with the statement, what are the two reasons why I agree? And that will be your main idea 1 and your main idea 2. However, if you choose to disagree with the given statement, then you need to support it with 2 ideas as well. Okay, I want to disagree with this statement, so how am I going to support that in my essay? What are the 2 reasons why I'm disagreeing? Reason number 1 will be main idea 1. Reason number 2 will be main idea 2. So that's how you create the outline for agree and disagree. You first, again, have to choose if you agree or disagree. then you need to have 2 reasons to support your decision or your stance why you are agreeing and disagreeing. And those 2 reasons will now become your main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2. All right, I hope that is clear. Now, for the discussion, you are going to discuss both views. So this is the type of essay that it will give you 2 sides of the story, and you have to discuss the other side and the other side. But you're not going to necessarily give your opinion unless it asks you to. For example, in this case, discuss both views and give your opinion. So, as example, some people think it's better to choose friends who always have the same opinions as them. Other people believe it's good to have friends who sometimes disagree with them. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. What are those both views? Number 1, it says it's better to choose friends with same opinion. And the second view is that it's better to have friends who sometimes disagree. So now you have 2 opposing views. You're going to discuss both of them, and you're going to give opinion who you agree or disagree with. So it's going to look like this. Your introduction, the first view, which is the other aspect, and the second view, which is the opposing view. You're going to discuss them equally. They're going to serve as main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2. And your conclusion. So where is the part you give your opinion? It's in the introduction, in the statement of your purpose. All right? Or sometimes you present it in your conclusion. Okay. Last type of essay question is the 2-part question. Example, nowadays many people complain that they have difficulties getting enough sleep. What problems can lack of sleep cause? What can be done about lack of sleep? Why is it a 2-part question? Because not necessarily asking cause and effect, advantages, disadvantages, problem, and solution. It's asking you, for example, it's asking you for the cause of lack of sleep and what can be done or the solution. So it's like a cause and solution thing, but such thing doesn't exist. So we just call it a 2-part question. Sometimes the questions are not coherent with each other. They're just really 2 questions being asked of you from that given essay question. So we call that 2-part question. So the first question is asking you what problems can lack of sleep cause? What are the problems that can arise from lack of sleep? That's the first question. Second question is what can be done about it? So with these 2 questions, you now know that those will be your 2 main ideas, right? So that the first body, so you begin with your introduction, and then your first main body paragraph will now be an answer to question number 1. And your second body paragraph will be an answer to question number 2. Question number 1 is the problems that lack of sleep cause. Question number 2 is that what can be done. So now you're able to classify what paragraph they will be discussed in. All right. So I hope that clarifies the importance of knowing your essay structure outline, because it gives you a strong foundation that no matter what type of essay will be given to you, you can organize your ideas and compartmentalize them into main body paragraph 1 and 2. So if you notice, the essay type is always just asking you to organize 2 ideas, always just 2. And those 2 ideas, you split them to main body paragraph 1 and main body paragraph 2. And because you're now able to split those 2 ideas, for example, advantages, disadvantages, problem, solution, cause, effect, question 1, question 2, discussion view 1, discussion view 2. Agree or disagree, you have to first choose if you agree or disagree, and then you have to come up with 2 solutions. With 2 reasons why you agree. Reason 1 of agreeing, reason 1 of agreeing. Or if you want to disagree, reason 1 for disagreeing, reason 2 for disagreeing. But no matter what, you just have to create this, you have to blend it in with this online essay. With this outline of your essay structure. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tune into my next video wherein we will be writing an actual essay. We will go through it, how to create your outline, how to create your essay, write your essay based on that outline. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe this channel. Hit the bell button for more updates whenever I post new videos. This is where I share my tips, tricks, strategies, and techniques so that you will be successful in your journey for your IELTS preparation. Again, this is Teacher Luke. Thank you so much for tuning in, my Pinay IELTS teacher. Bye, guys.